Hey everybody, welcome to another Foreign Friday. Today we're going to be talking about a Japanese film called Tokyo Gore Police. It's directed by Yoshihiro Nishimura, who has also directed many similar films like Hell Driver and also the latest Meatball Machine sequel. This film gives off anime and manga vibes, although it isn't an adaptation of either, so that may give you a clue of what you're getting into. Does it suck, or are you in luck? Stay tuned till the end to find out. Let's get into it.
Plot.
The movie is set in a future version of Tokyo as a woman armed with a sword and a lot of determination works with a private police force to find her father's killer. As she does that, she fights mutants that not only regain body parts but do so with weapons taking their place. These mutants are called engineers and are more intertwined with her and the mystery of her father than she ever would have imagined. I will admit the plot sounds pretty cool, but how does it hold up when it comes to the
Characters.
Our main character, Ruka, played by Ihi Shina, has most of the screen time and is our main eyes throughout the film. She gets some groundwork for good development and has some really sad backstory, but none of it feels fleshed out enough for me, and due to the outlandish nature of the environment surrounding her, it's hard to take seriously regardless of how serious the subject matter truly is. For instance, she self-harms, but it plays it as shock value at first, sporadically cut between a fight scene that makes it seem weightless when it comes to emotional depth. Although one scene uses it in a serious way, it happens quickly and doesn't really get touched on again. It's a missed opportunity. They could have kept the same sporadic tone if they wanted by still making those scenes have that emotional depth. Instead, it's up to the audience to care based solely on the fact that we know of her self-harm instead of showing any consequence of it. Most of the other characters lack any real development at all. They are mostly tropes, but greatly exaggerated. Some have emotional connections to our main character, but besides a scene or two, we don't really get to see any of it. The actors give good performances, although over the top, but the characters they played didn't matter to me. Most of the relationships are just told to us by Ruka's narration instead. All that being said, besides Ruka, there's not much of a reason to like the characters anyway, since the sacrifice of development thankfully does keep with the fast-paced nature of the film. Which brings me into editing. This was not my favorite part of the film whatsoever. The action scenes probably looked good if we could see the whole thing, but instead many involved fast cuts and even jump cuts in between. It was nauseating at times, and from the first fight scene, it sets the precedent for the rest of the movie. It kept with the pace and with the camp, but it failed to keep my attention and almost caused me to skip a fight at one point. Even outside of the fight scenes, the cutting pushed the movie forward, but also left me confused when it comes to the locations and the points in time. It was too sporadic, too spontaneous. I wasn't a fan.
Special effects and visual effects.
Thankfully, I can give it some credit though when it comes to the effects. Some were rather goofy looking, like gun barrels for eyes, or just very fake looking in general, but other times it was disgusting and even hard to look at. The gore is a huge factor. Blood sprays like sprinkler systems and buckets are left in the aftermath. It was campy and not taken seriously, but if you like gore, then you'll enjoy the bloodbath. Definitely giving it a point here.
Conclusion.
Tokyo Gore Police is a campy, wild, ridiculous ride that has to be seen to be believed. It's not a deep film, although having subjects that could be, and instead falls into a campy, action-packed, anime-esque genre, all of its own. All that being said, does it suck, or are you in luck? You're in luck, but not by much. This barely slides over the line when it comes to being average, and if it wasn't for the non-stop gore fest and the unique take on a revenge plot, I probably wouldn't have even put it there. I don't really want to watch it again, as of right now anyway, but for one-time viewing, it was quite the unique experience. I just wish it got me more invested. If you are invested enough to make it this far, leave a like, comment whatever movie you want me to review next, and if you feel so inclined, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you, I hope you appreciate me, and like always, have a good day. Thank you.